Hello and welcome back to the developer sessions at the Eurogamer Expo. Sorry for the short wait. We've had a bit of a problem with the house lights, but we're going to go ahead. First up, a little bit of housekeeping. Please, no photography, filming, or other kinds of recording during this presentation. And now, please welcome from Eidos Montreal, presenting Thief, Joe Corey.
Hello? Hello? Awesome. Actually, the light is all part of the setup. We're going to talk about light and shadow about Thief, so all you guys are not safe. All you guys are safe because you're in the darkness. Welcome to Thief, guys. I'm very happy to be here. We're very excited to show it to you guys. Thief, there we go. We're going to start with this one first. What would have been awesome is that after the candle goes off, everything goes dark, but it's all part of the plan. Thief is an intense first-person game in which you play Garrett, the original master thief, caught in a corrupted and broken city. The city is Garrett's home, but it's not quite as he remembers it. The golden age that he remembers is gone. His apprentice, Aaron, is also gone. The Baron, the evil Baron, has got his grasp on the people. He's tightened it. And he's increased his military presence on the ground as a keeping the peace idea. But obviously, keeping the peace is not quite fair when the people are poor, they're starving, they're sick, and the rich keep getting richer. You can feel the corruption on every stone of the city. They need hope. They need a chance. This chance is coming in the form of a charismatic and strong leader. This leader is Orion. At some point, the bubble bursts, and Orion's going to be the first man to push that revolution forward. On the other hand, let's go back to Garrett for a second. I'm sure you guys are excited to know what he's been up to. Garrett is the original master thief. He started stealing at a very young age, but stealing to survive, but today he lives to steal. He's not a rock star. He doesn't like the spotlight, kind of like here. He would be here probably, Garrett, but he likes to stay in the shadows, planning the perfect heists. But make no mistake, if anybody comes between him and his loot, he has the tools to eliminate his threat quickly and swiftly.
Stealing is my way of life. It sets me free in the night. Every rivet and stitch lets me find what I most desire. It's me, the tools that arm me, all lead to that priceless moment. You may think you caught me, but think again, because when I want something, I always get it. I am Garrett. Did you miss me?
Who missed Garrett? You guys miss Garrett? Seriously, right? I missed him. Thief is the next title from Eidos Montreal, the same studio that brought you Deus Ex Human Revolution. And we're all big Thief fans. We've taken a look at the previous games, and we've really made sure that the essence of Thief is carried through in this game. But it's not a prequel or a sequel. It's what we call a reimagination of the franchise. We wanted to bring Thief into a new generation of gamers, so people who have played Thief before will recognize certain things, and people who haven't played Thief before kind of feel like what it felt to have these memorable moments in the first Thieves that came out years ago. The demo we're going to be looking at today takes place right around the period that Orion's revolution is starting to pick up steam, against the Baron, obviously. And the city is burning. Garrett has an opportunity to seize a very important piece of loot. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. Come on, round of applause, guys. Now I feel, actually, I'm the one in the light, so I'm not very... So Garrett has an opportunity to steal a very important family jewel from the Baron. That jewel is the heart of the lion, and he infiltrates the family mansion, Northcrest Mansion, and stealing that jewel will deal a very, very strong blow to the confidence of the Baron. So with that, we're going to be taking a look at the demo now. Please. There we go. I'll talk you through some of the points, obviously, but most of the thing, enjoy what you see. Talk about the mechanics a little bit, how you play Thief, how you approach certain situations. Obviously, like I told you guys earlier, light and dark is where Thief really pushes everything.
Seems the poor and the sick are tired of their iron leader and his future promises. A useful distraction. Northcrest Manor. Somewhere in here rests the Baron's precious heirloom. The heart of the lion. I don't know what it looks like, but I do know it's priceless.
Eyes on me! You're here to stop that mob reaching the Baron. If those scum break through the gates of Northcrest, that's where they'll fall. Stand firm and Northcrest holds tonight.
There are plenty of guards here, but with the mob on the way, they won't be expecting me.
So as we talked about earlier, light and dark is how you need to manage Garrett's presence in every scene. You can see it by the effect that's around the screen, as well as the light meter, that little circle that's pitch black right now, meaning that Garrett is in the darkness. But if he's ever in light, you'll see it light up white, and that's obviously risky for Garrett.
Nowhere left to go. This is it.
I bet there's blood running in the streets tonight. Can't count how many graven scum I saw out there.
You can't count your own thumbs.
Shit, if I was born a clever man, I'd not be here.
There's the green bar, that's Garrett's health, as well as the blue bar around that, that's focus. We'll talk about focus in a second. Remember to pay attention to both of these things because they do not regenerate. Health needs to be regenerated by going through the inventory, which we'll talk about also in a little bit. Focus is the same thing. You'll pick up poppy flowers scattered all over the level that you use to regenerate your focus meter. So, like all the other thieves, there's a variety of arrows that are available to Garrett. Not all are used necessarily to strike an opponent. Some are used, just like the other thieves, to manipulate your environment, play with light and darkness. You guys will probably remember one very special arrow coming up soon, the water arrow that takes out fire. So you can create some darkness where light is a little bit too high for Garrett. We're looking at focus mode right now, which can be used for numerous things. First of all, focus mode is an ability that Garrett inherited at the beginning of the game. He goes through an accident and he inherits these abilities that basically allow him to observe items of interest when exploring an area, but also to kind of push combat a little bit when he's facing multiple enemies to his advantage. You can slow time down a little bit. It's optional. If you guys like playing old school Thief, you don't have to use it. You can deactivate it in the options. But if you would like to see what is of interest to Garrett in the level, you can activate it. And remember, it drains, so you can't play the whole game in focus mode. That wouldn't be very cool. You regenerate it by picking up poppy flowers.
Where have you been? Captain will geld you if he finds out you left your post.
You're here to take my place, Peter. I have to secure
Right,
the
so
cellar, so stay out of my way while I work.
Garrett can pick up glass objects to use as distractions against the enemy. He picked up a bottle here. There's a bunch of objects that you can pick up and use to your advantage to draw the attention elsewhere than where Garrett is. You equip it as other things in the inventory, and by using focus, you can actually slow time down just enough to not only take out your enemy, but also take out the well, take out enemies one by one, I guess. Yeah. There you go. Fast and effective. Lockpicking, another area that you can possibly use focus if you needed to, but lockpicking works in that you need to observe the right timing, basically. At what point does the lock become available to, well, basically when you unlock it by every iteration, you can look at the white circle that appears at every piece of the lock, or you can use focus, just like we saw, but also the piece of feedback that I like the most is the controller will vibrate. If you get on the right note, then you'll be able to unlock it. Also, what that does is that by using lockpicking, that opens up a bunch of secondary paths. If you ever needed to look at a situation that's a little bit too risky, you can look at a secondary path and enter it. Also, with a lot of doors, you have an option to look at the keyhole and look what's going on. It's very important for Garrett to prepare his entry before he just comes in, because being overwhelmed is not where...
The heart's secured in a hidden room.
Sorry, Garrett.
This is a big house.
Tell the people what you need to say. Right. So, yeah. It's important for Garrett to plan his entry every time, just like in this case. There's some traps that are set forward, which you can use focus to see, but also, I mean, once you enter a situation that's very highly secure, you can expect these things. Use one of Garrett's tools, the wire cutter, to take out these traps and be able to enter safely.
These traps are new. Seems paranoid Northcrest is worried about intruders. I should step lightly.
What we just picked up is a poppy flower, which again would regen focus by hitting the X button in the inventory, or the A button if you wanted to regen your health. Health are, you keep med packs in your inventory to regen your health. Yeah, multiple paths to enter a situation. Choose the one that fits your style better. If you want to take a risk in the light or stay in the dark, multiple ways to enter. That was a health pack.
Stand guard. I'm going to have a look around.
Another thing that focus allows you to do is visualize footsteps, another tactic that Garrett can use to properly prepare his entry. We'll see that in a bit. Get an idea of where the guard is behind the wall. Very important to see where each threat to Garrett is moving to.
It's true then, about the grave and the key.
Aye, rattled all the rich in Dayport from top to bottom.
That place was supposed to be impregnable, and we are trying to guard the Baron in his mansion. You think he's really here? Hold it.
The other wing is too exposed. Is there access to the Baron's chambers?
It was ruined in the accident and never rebuilt. It's a death trap.
Sir, I was thinking. I couldn't help noticing earlier that there are no men guarding the sewers.
I'm sorry, Jessup. Did you hear me call you over?
No, sir.
Do you want the Graven plucking out your eyes with rusty fucking knives? Is that what you want?
No, sir.
So put one foot in front of the other and get back to your fucking patrol as you were told.
Yes, sir.
The Graven will burn for this.
Nobody's gonna miss him. Yeah, one of the things that we, wanted to keep as an essence of Thief is how our maps were laid out. So if any of you guys played the previous Thief, you'll see the references in the map. When you find a map in an area, those references are pretty clear.
We all fall.
Make sure you leave no traces of your presence.
That looks like the vault I'm searching for. The hidden entrance must be close. An original Azat. Reasonable work, but not the Baron's usual taste.
One of the key features of a Thief is frame searching. Frame searching will basically allow Garrett to investigate a frame to see if any sensitive points will unlock a safe, an alternate path, or some loot behind it. You basically, similar to lockpicking, you'll feel a vibration on your gamepad that will pinpoint when you've unlocked it.
Looks like it used to be the old family chapel. Seems the Northcrests really do have no time for the old gods. These symbols look like they could match up. The symbols are too worn to make out. If I could see inside the shrine, maybe I could figure out how it works. It looks like I need to turn the discs so the weight can drop.
Aha! What's this?
Really? A glass roof right above the loot? That wasn't on the plans I saw. Can't trust anyone these days. Well, at least I have a convenient way out. Well. All this time I thought the Baron didn't have a heart, and here it is. Sorry, Northcrest, this might hurt a little. I'll need to move fast to get back to the city. Quickest way will be through the sewers if I want to avoid trouble. Freedom lies in the shadows. But what I desire lies in the light. City's changed. I've changed.
We are nothing without the evolution of the strong and powerful. This city will not die with the old and the poor holding it back. This is no place for the weak who cling to the past. The time has come for a new future, one of industry and progress above all.
Progress. Taking jobs from the poor, padding the pockets of the rich. And they call me a thief. This city's got troubles enough. Sickness roams the streets. Despair is everywhere. It cannot be contained by the walls that separate us. And neither can I.
We must say, no more! No more will our homes be taken and our families starved! No more will we be left to die in the gutters! This city belongs to the people! We must seize it back! Stand together! Stand together! Dawn is coming!
In my dreams, I see her dying. I never paid the price for anything. Until now.
All right. Thief is definitely going to come out on the platform in which it originated, PC, but it's also coming out on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, February 28th, 2014. I want to thank you guys for coming. We'll do a little bit of, yeah, come on. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, the clap is for you guys.
All right, thank you, Joe.
Oh, and now they're still in the dark. It's awesome. So you guys are safe now, and you guys are in the danger.
We've got some time for questions now. If you have a question for Joe, please stick your hand up and keep it up, and we'll try and get a microphone to you. And then when you're asking your question, please stand up so Joe can spot where you are.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Okay, if we can start with this chap at the back here. There's a microphone right behind you.
Hi.
What's your name?
Massive...
Name.
Oh, sorry, I'm Dale.
Hey, Dale. Sorry, it's more personal that way.
I'm a massive fan of the Thief games, and one of the great things has always been sort of trying to ghost the game, and as well also trying to go back and find ways to actually try and sort of exploit the game and break the game.
Yeah. It's not 1999 anymore, so it's going to be a little bit tougher, hopefully now. But
I was wondering, is there ability? Can you actually ghost the whole thing, or because some of the stuff there with the enemy placement makes it look like perhaps almost combat is somewhat mandatory in some places, and you have to be detected in others.
Yeah, I can see how you would notice that. Combat is not by ghosting, like going through walls and stuff.
No.
That'd be weird. Yeah. I know what you mean.
No combat, no detections.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can go through the whole game without killing anybody. You can definitely use. There's always a path.
Not even any takedowns.
Yeah, without doing any takedowns. Yeah, for sure. That's why we want to give the player multiple paths, and some of these paths include avoiding enemies altogether. Garrett is not this character that's going to go in, guns blazing and killing everybody. He's a person that doesn't like the attention. I'm sure you guys know this if you're a big fan of Garrett. But at the same time, it's basically evasive. Like if anybody comes into his comfort bubble, he's got the tools to stay away. But if in his personality, he's not going to be the one to engage the enemy. So we're definitely building the game around being able to avoid them altogether if you wanted to. Awesome.
Okay, we've got a question down the front here.
Hi.
Name. I like to get the first name thing.
Eamon.
Eamon?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Eamon.
Hi. Could you detail how the game will differ between the current generation platforms and the next generation high-end PCs?
Sure. That question has come up every single time. Makes sense. Well, definitely visuals. Visuals are going to differ from next-gen PC and current-gen. But it was really important for us to... There's going to be a lot of people that will play the game in current-gen. So for us, it's important that the experience be, highest of quality on all SKUs, so basically all platforms. You'll have probably improved loading times, improved details, textures, all this stuff, and more geometry displayed in next-gen and PC and high-end PC. But for us, it shouldn't feel like you're playing lesser of a game on current-gen or a completely different game on next-gen. It should be a similar experience on all consoles. That's what we want the player to remember, that the experience was, high quality all around.
Okay, I think we had one over on this side.
Remember, name.
Hi, my name is Andro.
Andro, nice to meet you, Andro.
Very nice to meet you.
I love the hair.
In the demo that you showed us, he was doing this internal monologue, sort of Captain Obvious thing all the time. Is there an option to turn it off in the game?
Why?
But is there?
What?
Is there?
Yeah, you can turn the voiceover off. But
okay.
Garrett's always done that. You remember? He's always kind of talked to himself. He's always given feedback to what he's seeing and what he's doing. So
I'm not arguing with what Garrett likes. I'm just saying.
You're annoyed by it? Yeah, you can turn it off if you're annoyed by it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, down the front here.
Where?
Down here.
Hey.
Hey, I'm Harrison.
Nice to meet you.
I just noticed that during a lot of the special actions like pickpocketing and takedowns, they saw an XP counter going, and I was wondering if you could detail any of the upgrades that will be available for.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, right. The upgrades to Garrett are going to be whatever allows him to do his job better. So obviously, improved arrows, improve his weapons. You can upgrade them, so you can upgrade the bow, the blackjack, all of his tools that he's going to have. You can also upgrade focus, which will allow you to, for example, in combat, if you use focus in combat, if you wanted to use focus in combat, you'll be able to highlight more than one damage point on an enemy. So basically, if you use focus on an enemy's head, you can take them off with one hit if you wanted to. But definitely, you can, more arrows will be available to you. Different types of arrows will be available to you the more you progress in the game.
Cheers, thanks.
You're welcome.
Can we pass some mic along to this guy with the gloves in the middle?
Where? Wow.
Hi, I'm Callum.
Are you supposed to be Agent 47?
Yeah, just with hair.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
You love the gloves.
Thanks.
Is that a tattoo as well? No, it's a bracelet. Go ahead.
Will there be improvement for DLC? Perhaps something like that?
We've just announced the bank heist, which you'll get if you pre-order the game.
Okay.
Yeah, for free. I think, yeah, hopefully for free. This is a joke. So that's the only thing we've announced so far.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't go killing anybody with that suit. It looks awesome, really. It's a cool costume.
And we've got one.
Luigi.
Is it Luigi?
Luigi's got a question.
Hi, I'm William. In the previous Thief games, you've always had other factions like the Hammers and the Pagans and the Mechanists, etc. Can you talk anywhere about if they are returning in the game or whether they're going to play a part in the new story?
They're not returning in this game because the world in which Garrett now exists is a little bit different. There's another context in which I guess his qualities will be put to use. Yeah, but we've kept some things. When we evaluated the other games, there's some characters that do return, but in the context of this new Thief, it's part of the reimagination of it to bring in new people that he interacts with as well.
Okay, we had one, the lady in the red top over here.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hey, Anna.
Hey, what kind of role is Garrett going to play in this revolution? Is he going to be just watching it from afar, or is he going to turn to Robin Hood and start getting stuck
He's going to sit up there and give some speeches, and no. Look, I think Garrett is never going to want to be in the spotlight, but he, as a human, recognizes when there's something that is not right, when there's something that needs to be done, when his friends, his contacts are struggling. He's going to be a silent partner to Orion, who is the main fuse in this revolution against the Baron. But knowing someone like Garrett is always helpful because he can kind of skew things one way or another just by his skill. You don't have to come in and say, oh, I'm going to be the general and lead the troops and blah, blah, blah. There's a guy, Orion is the charismatic leader, and behind him is Garrett kind of, helping out with the most critical stuff by skewing the balance between good and evil. Yeah?
Okay, this chap down here.
Hi, I'm Ezio.
Oh, Ezio. Hey, Ezio, what's up?
Good, thanks. I'm just wondering how many hours of gameplay we might expect.
We haven't calculated yet because we haven't fully showed it yet, but there's a big part of the game that happens in the city, which Garrett evolves in, and that you can play it over and over and over. There's a lot of things to do in the city, which we'll talk about in the upcoming weeks, but there's a lot to do. So we haven't been able to put someone down and calculate how many hours, but we're pretty hopeful that you guys won't get bored quickly.
Cool, thank you.
Don't go killing anyone, Ezio.
Green hoodie over here.
There's a lot of assassins in the crowd. What's up, guys?
Yeah,
hey.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hey, Dan.
You talked about how you progress in that, like certain areas you can go, or whether you can take out enemies or not.
Yeah.
Will there be like, will the story progress differently depending on what actions you take?
Well, the main notes that we hit won't necessarily change drastically. It's just how how the enemies in the environment will change towards you. So if you attract more attention to yourselves, the guard will be more aware of you. They'll basically chase you up more, which is.
So basically, the story will stay the same. It's just the gameplay mechanics that change.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stripy T-shirt down here.
Hello, I'm Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Basically, the stealth aspect of it.
Yeah.
Is it going to be one of them games where you can just sit in the dark about a foot away from someone and they just walk straight past?
No.
No.
That would be the first Thief. No, I'm kidding. No, definitely not. I think one of the great things that we've been able to do with reimagining Thief is really exploit some AI systems that give the player the proper feedback and a realistic setting in which if an enemy happens to walk right in front of you and you're in the dark, you'll still be detected based on your proximity. And if you definitely jitter about, even if you're in the dark, an enemy will see you. And what's important as well is if you come from the light and you jump in the dark, all of a sudden it's not like, oh, I don't know where he is anymore, and he'll disappear. There's a lot of mechanics that we've been able to use with the AI that allow us to give the player a sense that don't think that because the systems are clear, that the guards won't necessarily think the way they should be thinking.
Thanks.
All right, just one last question. This chap in the colourful T-shirt.
Hiya,
Hey.
James.
Hey, James.
One of my favourite features in the first Thief was that sound made a major part of the game. For example, walking on different surfaces, cobbles echoed your footsteps while carpet muffled them out. And I'm just wondering, is that a feature in this copy of Thief?
Definitely. It's not just a feature. It's probably, I would say, a big part of how Garrett kind of finds out if he's in trouble or not, or if he's caused a stir or something. Like we showed you with the bottles, the pure point of these things is to set up a sound somewhere. But also in the way that you navigate the level. If you walk on stone, you'll make sound. If you walk on carpet, there's something else. It's all part of the mechanics that we've set forward. These are the important. That's what we were talking about. Like when we looked at the previous Thieves, these are things that we knew for a fact. If you're going to make a stealth game, every single thing of these things, including audio, what you hear, what you do, that plays a major part because when you're sneaking around, you can't make noise, obviously. So that definitely the paths that you take make a difference for sure.
All right, that's all we've got time for, I'm afraid. So thank you very much for coming, and
thank you
to
guys.
Joe.